Good afternoon, Scott Langford Peppergale here, and you're watching State Softball on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports. And we're in the one-loss bracket, and this is, Parowan and Gunnison Valley, Pepper, and it's been, this side of the bracket is hard, but at this stage, it's not as bad as if you lose on day one.
No, it isn't, because you lose on day one, and you have to play a lot of games to get back to this point. Beaver and Gunnison are in that position. They both dropped a loss the first round yesterday. Parowan is barely dropping a loss to Enterprise, and so the winner of this game keeps their state championship hopes alive as they will advance to play the loser of Duchesne and Enterprise.
Enterprise, yeah.
No, I lied. That is wrong. Nope. They will play the winner of San Juan and Beaver.
Correct. So basically we're down to the 6 teams. So you've got Enterprise, Duchesne, Parowan, Gunnison, San Juan, and Beaver. So those are your 6 teams left. So at the end of this game and the game on field 4, there will be 4 teams left, and then it gets narrowed down to 3 by tonight. And starting tomorrow, there will be 3 teams left. You'll have the loser of Enterprise Duchesne taking on the team that wins out the next 2 games today.
It is, and it's already the course for the championship game is looking eerily similar that it did to last year with Duchesne and Enterprise. But both Parowan and Gunnison, quality teams, and could easily, I think, play with either one of those teams. So
Parowan gets here on the heels of a 16-0 win in the first round against the Paiute Thunderbirds. Then in the first day yesterday, they defeated Beaver first thing in the morning, 8-6. They took a tough loss just a minute ago against the Enterprise Wolves, 11-4. And so then now they play the Parowan Rams, play the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. Gunnison is the 7th seed. Now they're the lone one who upset anyone in this one, as they are the 7th seed. And so Gunnison defeated Milford 16-6. They were defeated by Duchesne 10-8. And then Gunnison defeated South Severe 15-4 to make it to this game to take on the Parowan Rams.
Yeah, South Severe come in seated at number 6, and South Severe unfortunately got beat out yesterday. So you've got seeds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 left in 2A.
So now let's take a look at the school records of these two. For example, for the Parowan Rams, never have they won a softball championship. Gunnison Valley has one to their credit. That's in 2018. And so both trying to establish and get back into the winning ways. Of course, in the championship bracket still remaining is the 2A defending state champ, which is the Duchesne Eagles, taking on the Enterprise Wolves. They have 2 softball championships to their credit. And we're excited to bring this game to you on TeamHive.live and Centricom. Big thanks to all of our sponsors, including Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers, Utah Community Credit Union, Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, San Pete Still in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Barney Trucking, Honey's Marketplace in Kanab, and Jones DeMille Engineering. Appreciate all the sponsors who make it possible for you to have these games on TeamHive.live.
State softball is a lot of fun, and we couldn't do it without the support of so many people. All of our sponsors, the people who volunteer. It's Barrett Hilton and all of his people from Centricom are amazing. Just a lot of fun to state softball.
It certainly is. On the 3A side of the classification, let's talk a little bit about that. The North San Pete Hawks, number 3, defeated Canyon View, number 2, and then Grantsville, number 1, narrowly defeating Carbon. And so it's going to be North San Pete, the number 3 team, against Grantsville, the number 1 team. So it ought to be a lot of fun on the 3A side of things as well.
Well, in Grantsville last year, the number 1 seeded team getting beat out. And I read an article in the Deseret News last night where their coach said that he actually used that to his advantage this year for his team and made them stay and watch the games last year to make sure that they knew that, one season doesn't have to define how the rest of your seasons go.
On the other side of the bracket, we've got the Beavers taking on the San Juan Broncos, and the Broncos and the Beavers score at the top of the first. They lead 1-0 with a runner on second. Here we're just waiting for this to get underway. It'll be Gunnison Valley Bulldogs, number 7, as they will be first, and number 4, Parowan Rams, will be the home team. And they played very well against Enterprise. In the 5th inning, that score was 5-4. But then it was all Enterprise after that.
Enterprise decided to play some small ball, and one error cost 2 runs, and then they capitalize on that to get the win to go ahead and play Duchesne for the semifinal matchup at 3 o'clock.
Speaking of Duchesne, on the baseball side of things, up at BYU, it is the Beavers and the Eagles playing in the one-loss category. They're all tied at 5-5, Beaver and Duchesne. So here we go. First batter for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs will be Riley Dyring. She plays center field for Gunnison. So the score still 1-0 over with Beaver and San Juan. The winners play immediately after.
Caitlin Matheson, number 5 at third base. Sadie Jensen, number 22 at shortstop. Macy Anderson, number 9 in left field. Karen Zeller, number 33 in center. And Cecilia Lemke, number 7 in left.
Okay, here we go. As they throw the ball down, it'll be Gunnison Valley stepping up to the plate. Dyring up. Dyring on the season. Where's number 2? And she bats .528 on the season with 38 hits, 26 RBIs. She is a quality leadoff batter for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs.
Well, I've been able to watch and call a couple of the Gunnison games yesterday. And one thing that's so impressive to me about Gunnison is the quality of their at-bats. They have a very solid lineup, and these girls, they know how to get it done in the box.
They bat .429 as a team. That's top to bottom. And Parowan Rams, .394. First pitch of the game is high, ball 1. Coming from Adams. Adams just pitched a complete game against Enterprise. We'll see how she holds up. Pitch is outside, ball 2.
I actually saw a softball shirt that said, she was a pitcher, she says, my arm hasn't fallen off yet. And it cracks me up because in the state tournament, oh man, they throw a lot of pitches.
Yes, they do. That'll be 3-0, so 3 balls. Dyring way ahead of Adams to start this one off. There's the pitch, and that one looks good. 3-1 the count. It is strike.
Adams has shown that she can really zero in and hit her spots, especially that outside corner.
Here's the 3-1 pitch to Dyring. Swing and a miss. Counts full. Duchesne takes the lead against Beaver on the baseball side of things up at BYU, 6-5. They're in the bottom of the 5th. No outs, runners on first and second for Duchesne.
Shot over goes foul over the first baseline.
Count remains full. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 4. So the leadoff batter on the base path. Dyring goes to first.
Now batting for Gunnison, the shortstop, number 24, Jaquel Sorensen.
Jaquel Sorensen, the shortstop, number 24, batting .469 on the season, 38 hits, 20 RBIs. Which is in and fouled off, strike 1. You can see Dyring was going.
Yeah, she was headed. They are so quick on the base path. So we've seen a lot of really quickness from a lot of teams, stealing bases and just doing some really good base running.
Well, and with Enterprise and Parowan, we didn't see almost any stolen bases.
I think we had, one?
Because of the catchers were very good. Here's another bunt. That one's going to get the first base over and for the out.
Ooh.
And then the runner advances to second base.
Now credit first baseman Lainey Williams. She almost pulled her foot, almost pulled her foot off the bag, but she kept it on.
Now batting for the Gunnison Bulldogs.
So next up is going to be Lexi Kiesel. She's the pitcher for Gunnison Valley. Kiesel batting .529 on the season. These are great batters. Pitch is outside. Big lead out on second base by Dyring.
Kiesel is proof that dynamite comes in small packages. She is not very big, but she can hammer that ball.
10 home runs on the season. And that doesn't count the tournament. Ball high. You can hear Canyon View and Manti. Manti's going to score. There's a fouled off. So there's a strike 2. Oh, no, just strike 1 on Lexi Kiesel.
Brinley Anderson, the catcher for Parowan, does a very good job behind the plate. Not many balls get past her.
Here's the pitch from Adams. Pitch is in, strike, swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
Wow, Adams got Kiesel to chase that one.
Uh-huh.
High and outside, but so nice pitch by Adams.
Ball high.
Ooh.
Right. It's kind of cool, this complex. We're sitting in the room and you can hear the ball off the bat. It's an exciting sound.
It's a lot of fun up here. The environment's awesome.
Pitches out and down. That's a walk for Lexi Kiesel.
So 2 walks.
Two walks.
Oh, yep, 2 walks.
Second walk of the game. Then in between there was a bunt that was a pitcher to third. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter. Mo, they call her. Meili Ha'o. She said, call me Mo. So we can call her Mo.
Mo yesterday went from catcher to pitcher and had a fantastic game.
Yes, she did. There's a foul off, strike 1. She hit a home run last night. Beavers try to stretch out a hit, and they get taken out at the plate, so that'll end the inning. I believe the Beavers with a 2-0 lead after the top of the first. Here's Ha'o.
That's a shot.
And that one is going to go into, hits the fence, bounces down. It's going to score Dyring. Stand-up double for Ha'o.
I thought that one looked like it had the distance, just fell short of clearing the fence, but what a hit. What a hit by the catcher, Ha'o.
Yeah, so that scores 1. As Kiesel's on third, Dyring will score on that one. So an RBI for Ha'o. Bentley King up. She's the first. She plays first base and bats .308 on the season. First swing and a miss, strike 1.
Base runners on, only 1 out. Base runners on, second and third, only 1 out.
King with the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Looks good. Fouled off. Strike 2. To the count. And strike 3. 3 straight strikes. The first strikeout of the game for Adams. A big out.
Up to bat for the Gunnison Bulldogs, second baseman, number 12, Madeline Pratt.
Pratt up for the Bulldogs, playing second base. Pratt on the season bats .351. First pitch is a ball.
Nice block by the catcher. Coach Aldridge is getting pretty excited over there.
He is. You can hear him. This pitch from Adams, trying to catch the corner, does so. Strike, 1-1.
Great pitch.
So can Parowan get out of the pickle? They've got runners on second and third, 2 outs, and have allowed 1 run in the top of the first. Pitch is in and strike. Strike 2.
That swing had a lot of momentum and force behind it.
Yes, it did.
She was swinging hard.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that'll do it. Strikeout number 2 of the inning, and that will retire the side. So 1 run allowed by the Rams, and that is a RBI single, a double by Meili Ha'o. And after the top inning of 1, it is 1 run on 1 hit with 2 left on. We'll be back on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments. Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Welcome back, Scott Langford Pepper Gale. We're in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the first. I got ahead of myself. The Parowan Rams will have their first plate appearance, and they will start off with Maddie Adams, Brinley Anderson, and Caitlin Matheson. 1, 2, 3. Gunnison scored 1 run in the top of the first, and they did that on 1 hit and left 2 players stranded at the end of the top of the first. So now it's Parowan's turn. This team did meet earlier in the season, Pepper.
Yes, they did.
And I believe it was Parowan 13-1, was it?
I'm looking. 13-0.
Yeah, 13-0. So a handy win for the Parowan Rams. Again, this is a number 4 and a number 7. Gunnison being the 7, and it's Parowan at the plate. And here's ball 1 to start the game.
Maddie Adams, the pitcher, on the left side of the box. She can bunt, she can hit, she can slap. She does a very good job in the batting box.
Here's the pitch from Kiesel. And it's going to be a beautiful bunt up the left baseline, and she'll run that out. And then Adams on the error will go to second base, and now to third base. Here comes the throw to third, not in time. And so a single and then a throwing error.
You know, it all started with just a fantastic bunt, laid down beautifully. She had plenty of time to outrun it. And then on that errant throw, even though she had ran through the base and cut to the right, she was able to make it around second to third.
So 1 error. Now up will be Brinley Anderson, the catcher for Parowan. She'll step in. Parowan runner on third with no outs, just the second batter. Here's up, hit to the shortstop, and that will score Adams, and the ball is dropped. An error for the Gunnison Bulldogs.
That's unfortunate for Gunnison. 2 errors on the first 2 batters allows a run, and the base runner still on first base.
So the Gunnison Bulldogs will go to talk about it. That is run number 1. So we're all tied at 1. Brinley Anderson at 1. Batting will be Caitlin Matheson, number 5. She is the third base. She plays third base for Rams.
Well, and a fun fact I just found out is that Caitlin Matheson is the sister-in-law of one of my very favorite Beaver High School players, Abby Yardley Anderson.
Oh.
So shout out to Abby, and glad to have you here, and we sure miss you playing. We were talking about you yesterday, how you would get in the batter's box and sometimes foul off like 20 pitches. So glad to have you along, Abby.
Matheson bats 500 on the season. She'll take ball 1 inside. Beaver retires the side, so the end of 1 with Beaver and Duchesne is 2-1. And you've got the hot vocal cords of Matt Robinson calling the game for the Beavers and the San Juan Broncos. That one's going to be a hit down into left field. Yeah.
So she's going to, Matheson flies out to left field for the first out of the game.
Couldn't see it was behind the tree. Just saw the out is all. Sadie Jensen now up for Parowan. She's a shortstop.
Shortstop, number 22, Sadie Jensen.
Jensen takes the pitch, swing and a miss. Swung at a high ball on that one. In the top of the 6th, it's 7 for the Duchesne Eagles and 5 for the Beavers. That's in baseball action up at BYU. So we'll give you a score for that. Jensen will step out of the box as Kiesel takes quite a while. She says, I'll reset, and steps in. Kiesel's ready to go. Here's the pitch from Kiesel. That was going to be a deep ball into center field and will be caught. I think that might have robbed a home run or at a minimum a fence-hitting drive.
It did. That was a really nice shot out to left field, but credit the center fielder, Riley Dyring for getting underneath that ball and just snagging it out of the air.
Speaking of Renzello, she will be up for the Parowan Rams. She is the center fielder.
Up to bat for Parowan, center fielder number 33, Cal Renzello.
The runner Anderson still on first base. There's the pitch for Renzello, hit over to second base, and that will retire the side. So 4-3, the Parowan Rams even it up 1-1. So they score 1 run on 1 hit. with 2 errors and 1 left on. At the end of 1, we're all tied at 1 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
This is how 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. Start of the second inning. We're all tied at 1. Parowan and Gunnison. The winner will take on the winner of Beaver and San Juan. That's a 2, let's see. San Juan is a 3. Beaver is a 5 matchup. So first up will be Maggie Bartholomew, the right fielder for Gunnison Valley. Remaining on the mound is Adams for Parowan. So I didn't see that pitch. I was looking down, Pepper.
Wild pitch over the head of the catcher.
Bartholomew with ball 1. She'll step back in with the 1-0 count. Here comes Adams. It's good. Strike 1. Looks like kind of a sweet pitch.
Like Matt Robinson was saying, it's right down the pipe ski.
There's a home run. Home run on the field. It's a ball for Bartholomew. There we go. Bartholomew steps back in. Strike. Big swing. 2 strikes for Bartholomew. Counts 2-2. You wonder what the fatigue of just playing a game and then replaying. Who has the advantage? Strikeout number 1 for Adams.
Well, and I mentioned it last game, but one of the things I think that contributes to it is the heat. And luckily for all of the teams, the last 2 days have not been too hot. It's perfect weather.
Yeah.
But still, you look at Maddie Adams, her pitch count has got to be in the hundreds.
Oh, it does for sure.
Not for this game, but for the day. And so it's exhausting.
So here we go. Up to plate is Shea King, the third base. Strike 1, fouled off.
For Gunnison is third baseman number 9, Shea King.
So now Parowan will step into the circle. So King 0-1. Okay, here we go. Look at that big hole right up the middle. You got second shading first base and shortstop shading third. Strike 2 for King.
Adams way ahead of the batter. Getting a strikeout, her first batter. Hoping to repeat with King.
King steps back in. That one got away from Adams. Okay, hit her leg, she laughs. She throws that pitch. There's King. King with a swing and strikeout number 2.
So Adams 2 quick strikeouts here in the top of the second. That's 4 total for the game.
Wow, already Adams with those 4 strikeouts out of 5 outs. The only other out was a hit back to Adams.
Left fielder number 19, Cora Marker.
So Cora Marker on the season bats .387, 24 hits, 7 RBIs, strike 1.
Nice placement, but unable to get I don't know if she was trying to slap or bunt, but unable to get her bat on the ball.
And there's a swing, strike 2. So marker on that left side will have to battle back, down 0-2 in the count. Here's the pitch, going to be fouled off. The count remains 0-2. On the other field, the winner of this game will play the winner of Beaver and San Juan right now. Beaver up 2-1. Marker with that 0-2 count. He's got something. She'll give to the coach. Now comes back. The left fielder steps back in. Here comes Adams. And fouls that one off as well.
She's battling hard in the box. I think that's the 4th or 5th straight pitch. 4th.
Well, and Adams is keeping them high, which is, creates that whole out, foul ball or the pop-up on the slap hit. So she wants to down in the dirt ball that she can grind in up the baseline. Here it comes. And strike 3 as the catcher catches. 3 straight strikeouts for Adams. No runs, no hits, no one left on. It's 1-1 when we come back on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, partnership with KSL Sports.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Welcome back as we head into the bottom of the second inning. We've got Lemke, Williams, Anderson. And Lemke plays right field for Parowan. And Lemke bats a cool, let's see, can't find it, 294. Here's the first pitch. Hit on the left side. That's going to be foul. Smart by the third base player.
Shea King decides wisely not to go after that one, but bouncing foul just right before the third base bag.
Yeah, that's an instant hit if she's able to grab that ball before it goes out.
And that's a hard throw, as she's going to have to field it and then throw across her body. So nice play by King.
That would be a tough one. Here's the pitch, high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. A lot more people trickling in. These crowds are getting bigger and bigger.
Oh,
there's
nice
a base
hit.
Right up the middle. We talked about the opening up the middle. Lemke saw it, and she has the second hit of the game for the Parowan Rams.
Just a nice solid hit right up the middle. Gets on base.
That'll bring up Lainey Williams, who plays first base for Parowan.
Now batting for Parowan, number 8, first baseman.
So Williams, 298 on the season. She's got a runner on first. Pitches in, swing and a miss. Ooh, nice throw down, holding Lemke on first.
She's only a sophomore, but she is a phenomenal softball player, and she can throw from her knees, and she can get it there quickly. So you got to be paying attention. You got to be paying attention.
There's a hit over in left field. That's another base hit, and that will advance the runner. Runner's now on first and second.
Jaquel Sorensen, at least getting a glove on it, slowing it down a little bit, but just out of reach. So 2 quick hits for Parowan.
So the first 2 runners on the base path. That'll bring up Macy Anderson, who plays left field.
In the box for Parowan, number 9, left fielder Macy Anderson.
So here we go. Anderson steps in. Runners on 2. Got us in a little bit of trouble with the 2 leadoff runners on the base path. 2 straight hits. Here's the bunt, and that's going to be put down nicely on the side. Can they get the out at first? They do, but it advances the runner as a sacrifice for Macy Anderson.
And it was a very, very well-placed bunt as well. Third baseman had to charge it. She almost outran it, but wasn't able to beat the throw. Nice fielding by Gunnison, and now runners in scoring position for Parowan.
So here we go, and that will bring up Taylon Yardley, who plays second base.
Second baseman, number 1, Taylon Yardley.
Yardley, 422 on the season. Kiesel sets to deliver. Still 2-1 over with Beaver and San Juan. Here's the first pitch in for a strike. No strikeouts yet for the Gunnison Bulldogs. Already had 4 for the Parowan Rams. Ball kind of gets away, sails up high, ball 1.
Lexi Kiesel, the senior hurler for Gunnison. This is completely familiar territory for her. She's been in the circle a whole lot in her high school career.
Pitch is going to be inside pitch. She turns on it, but it ends up being a strike out of play.
She had her jammed right up inside, but she still managed to get the bat on it.
That had to hit just right out, just barely off the fingers. One and 2. Oh, there's a hit, going to go up and going to hit the gap in that open middle. That's an RBI single for Taylon Yardley.
You mentioned it earlier when Parowan was in the field, as short and second are playing very far away from the middle, and Riley Dyering trying hard to get up there, just cannot get there in time to snag it out of the air.
So that's an earned run, which is a lead, the lead for the Parowan Rams.
At the top of the order for Parowan at bat, pitcher number 14, Maddie Adams.
There's the pitch and popped up. I think that's going to be out of play, and it is. Lands in the middle of all the spectators. Lots of screams. And all of that, still just a strike 1.
It is kind of terrifying to be not paying attention and hear somebody yell heads, and everybody just kind of looks.
My favorite is everybody looks up and catches it just in the wrong spot. 0-1 the count for Adams. Adams waits, fouls that one off, 0-2.
Great off-speed change-up pitch by Kiesel. And she fired the first one into that second one, comes in a little bit softer. And Adams able to get a piece of it, but now she's down 2 strikes.
Yep, 0-2, runner on third and first. There's a big hit out into right field. That one's going to be caught by the first base and doubled up. And that'll get Gunnison out of the inning. A big break for the Gunnison Bulldogs.
That is the first double play I've seen turned into a great execution by Gunnison.
Yep, all right, that'll do it. So the Parowan Rams take the lead. They score 1 run on 1, 2, 3 hits, and they leave 1 player on. So going in after 2 complete innings, it is 2 for the Rams, 1 for the Bulldogs. We'll be back after this on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, in partnership with KSL Sports.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Welcome back. We're heading down into heading up to the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be Gunnison Valley leading off with their leadoff batter, Riley Dyring, the center fielder. So it'll be 1-2-3 for Gunnison Valley. They're down 2-1 to the Parowan Rams. Over on the other field, the as we watch that one. It's San Juan 2, Beaver 2. San Juan up to bat in the bottom of the second.
Dyring got on base her first at bat with a walk.
Ball one. She continues the trend. She scored Gunnison's only run of the game. Pitches out and up. Ball two. I thought he was putting his hand up for a strike. I paused in the middle of what I was saying. 2-0. Outside, ball three. Now a hitter's count.
Some of these umpires definitely like to have a dramatic effect on the delay of the calls.
That's right. This guy's been pretty good. He's been pretty on there. A swing and a miss, strike one. So Dyring definitely did not have a hold on the 3-0 pitch.
No, and Adam just come right at her.
Dyring with 3 home runs in the regular season. Pitch, high ball, strike two. Full count. I think that would have been a ball. Would have been close.
Full count now. This is how, I don't know. I don't know statistics for softball, but I've seen several times it goes from 3-0 to full count to super quick.
And there's a walk, so Dyring earns her second walk of the game, and she'll be on first. The leadoff batter on the base path for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. Second walk of the game. That'll bring up Jaquel Sorensen playing shortstop. Again, 2-1. Parowan with a 1-run lead over the Bulldogs. There's a pitch in for a strike. I'm not sure that wasn't a take and steal. Sorensen takes that one. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. So Adams ahead of the count on this one as well. Sorensen 0 for 1 on the afternoon.
And Dyring respecting the arm of Anderson behind the plate. She remains on first base.
Pitch is outside, ball one. Nice idea, just missed outside. And there's a deep hit by the Beavers. And there's a hit to the right field. It's high, that's trouble. Right field comes up, can't make the grab. And that'll move second base, and the force is on. And she runs out the force. I'm not so sure the ball didn't get there first. I'd have to see a replay on that one.
Well,
that was close.
And Jensen did a very good job holding her foot on the back, so it was a force out. However, Parowan unable to get it. Nice base running and hold up by Dyring.
So error puts Sorensen on. That brings up Lexi Kiesel. She walked in her last attempt.
Up to that, Lexi Kiesel.
Kiesel, the pitcher for Gunnison Valley. Two balls. For Kiesel. Fouls that one off.
A little bit of hesitation. I was surprised to see that from Kiesel.
She did wait just to the very end there. There's the hit, and it's going to be up the left side. That might score a run. We'll see. Is there going to be a play at the plate? There is not. As Dyring will go in, and an RBI single for Lexi Kiesel.
Nice straight shot into left field. Stand-up double. Gains another run.
So she does make second base. Runners on second and third now. We're all tied at 2.
For Gunnison, the catcher, number 6, Maylee Ha'o.
So Ha'o hit a double. She hit the fence in her last at bat. And that one's going to go off, and that's going to score another run on the passed ball. That'll bring Jaquel Sorensen in. Now Gunnison Valley takes the lead 3-2 over the Parowan Rams. Ball one. You have to respect the strength and hitting of Ha'o. Fouled off. Strike 1-1. Kyle came up for a home run hot dog certificate yesterday, and we were talking about her name. She goes, "Just call me Mo." Super cute, and big hitter. Pitch, and going to be a base hit. That'll be an RBI single for Ha'o. She's 2 for 2 now on the day.
And, you know, that just a nice, solid hit. Not necessarily swinging for the fences, but still just a straight shot to center field for the RBI. Lead now 4-2.
So far in the game, there have been 4 hits for the Parowan Rams. The double play was big last time. Here's a trouble on the lines, and that will be foul ball just barely outside of it.
Yeah, we couldn't see it from where we're sitting, but that was just barely foul. That was a really pretty hit.
So 4 hits in the game. I was just checking. 2 errors, 2 left on, 1 earned run. There's the pitch. That one's going to be short. Ball 2, 2-1 to Anderson, the catcher for the Parowan Rams. Big shout out to all of our friends in Parowan, as well as Gunnison Valley, watching on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom. Big thanks to our sponsors who bring this to you. And there's a hit. That's going to be a base hit into left field. And so a great job by Anderson. And so the leadoff batter hits a double on the first pitch.
She was not slowing down. She rounded first, had her eyes on the prize, slides into second. So great leadoff hit by the catcher, Brindley Anderson.
That'll bring up Caitlin Matheson, playing third base. She's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Matheson will step in. Bottom of the strike zone, strike 1. I couldn't tell. Over at BYU, not good news for Beaver High School's boys baseball team. 10-5. They've got the top of the 7th to come back. No outs, runner on first. So we'll see if Beaver, they'll have to score at least 5 to continue the game 6 to take the lead. Tall task against Duchesne. There's a foul ball, right side, out of play. Strike 2. 0-2.
Matheson 0 for 1 this game. Heavy hitter. She hit very well against Enterprise the last game.
There's Matheson. Waits and swings and misses. Matheson shakes her head. That was just kind of one of those honey balls that just kind of float there for you.
Well, Kiesel got her on the changeup, and the big smile from Kiesel at the strikeout. Because if you're a pitcher, that's a pretty good way to get a strikeout.
Well, you're number 3 batter too, so that's the first strikeout of the game for Kiesel. Next coming up is Sadie Jensen, the shortstop. She flew out to center field last time. Here's the shot up. Kiesel's there and makes the grab.
3 players, and this is really what's so important about good communication. You had 3 players running for that ball. Kiesel calls them off and gets out number 2.
Next up will be Kel Renzello, playing center field for Parowan. 0 for 1.
Up to bat, number 33.
In runner in scoring position is Brindley Anderson on second. Parowan needing the run. Knocked down and going to be a base on the pass ball. So that will be Anderson. Moves to third. So can Parowan take advantage of the double by Brindley Anderson? Zello hits a base hit. That's an RBI, and that will bring in Anderson strolling in. Nice hit for Renzello.
For both teams, when they've been able to hit the ball right in those gaps, they've been able to get on base easily, and it's resulted in several RBIs for both teams.
So we write down the RBI for Renzello, and she will be at first base. 2 down.
Right fielder number 7, Cecilia Lemke.
Lemke, the right fielder for the Parowan Rams. Ball high, ball 1. We'll see if they push it with Renzello, trying to get to second in the scoring position. Lemke with a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. That one was high. Not what she wanted, but she swung. Stepping back in is Lemke. Here's Kiesel. Oh, Lemke hits a towering fly ball out to left field, but playable, and that'll do it. So the the Parowan Rams do claw back by, two runs. No, just one run in that inning. And they are now down
3-4.
4-3 as we go into the top of the fourth inning on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com. Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Welcome back. We're heading to the top of the fourth inning. The winner of this one plays the winner of San Juan and Beaver. They're tied at 2 right now, and they're in the third inning as well, fourth inning actually. And so it'll be Cora Marker, the left, played in left field, starts off, and that's ball 1 from Adams.
Marker 0 for 1, hoping to get her bat on the ball, get on base this at bat.
Fouled off. It's a strike for Marker. Marker steps in on that left side. There's the pitch, and Marker will hit it up the right field and tries to outrun and is not able to.
Yeah, they called. They gave the out.
Right, the runner was
Cora,
not able
to
beat out the run as the player playing first base, Laney Williams, just got there just a touch faster.
Back to the top of the batting order for Gunnison. In the box, number 2, Riley Dyring.
Back to the top of the order, as you can hear, for Dyring. Steps in, ball high. And that is the final, as the Duchesne Eagles eliminate the Beaver High School Beavers in one-loss play, so that'll end the Beavers season. Strike for Dyring.
Adams dialed in, nailing that outside corner yet again. She's really doing well hitting the outside corner.
There's the pitch outside. Another ball. That one got away from Adams. Gunnison leads 4-3. We are in the top of the fourth. Leadoff batter with 1 out. Riley Dyring with a 2-1 count. There's the pitch from Adams. Outside but hit. Base hit by Dyring. It'll go out to right field. And that is a single.
Nice solid hit into right field. Leadoff batter, well, second batter, but leadoff in the number 1 spot, Dyring on base.
That'll bring up Jaquel Sorensen playing shortstop, 0 for 2. She got on an error last at bat.
In the batting box, number 24, Jaquel Sorensen.
Still 2-2. Beaver and San Juan, the winners play following this game. Here's the pitch, down and out. That will advance the runner on the pass ball.
Anytime there's a pass, I mean, Gunnison's going to try to steal on about every pitch, so they're already, well, every base runner typically is, and now Dyring in scoring position.
Yeah, as you mentioned, so far, Gunnison Valley has 3 stolen bases. Pitch outside. That's ball 2. 2-0 the count to Sorensen. Kind of a shocker yesterday as we look at the baseball. You have South Severe advancing, and then Kanab defeats Enterprise. Enterprise moves into the 1-loss bracket.
Yeah, I think Kanab was seeded number 6. And now playing in the semifinal. Is it the semifinal game, the first semifinal?
I think it's still a quarter. Same as here. 2-2 the count as we've had 2 strikes, so we count evens at 1.
All sorts of confusion with the baseball bracket.
We're going to look.
Softball bracket as well. But it's so much fun because you can lose a game and still win the championship.
You can, but it's a rough road. But it can be done, as we've talked about. 2-2 pitch. High, ball 3. Count is full. Again, runner in scoring position is Dyring. So here's the full count pitch. 1 down. That was marker, which is low, picked up, and that will be a base on balls. So that puts runners on first and second. Trouble for the Parowan Rams, and to bring up Lexi Kiesel. Kiesel is 1 for 1 with a walk.
Up to bat, number 10, the pitcher, Lexi Kiesel.
Kiesel hit one to left field in her last at-bat. First one is a ball for Kiesel. Fouled off, out of play right side. So 1-1 the count. So on the boys' side of the bracket, the 2 remaining no loss, and it is a semifinal matchup, is going to be South Severe and Kanab. Still alive will be Duchesne, and now Enterprises San Juan will play for the chance to play the Duchesne Eagles. Hit on the left side, trouble for the Parowan Rams, and that will be a base hit for Lexi Kiesel. Same place, and just it was a fly ball, but no one able to get to it.
Could you see? I couldn't see if it just dropped or if nobody could get to it. So
they couldn't get to it. Yeah. So it just dropped. So the base is loaded now, and another hit. That's already the second hit of the inning, and base is loaded now with 1 down. And who would you like to have up if you're the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs? It would be Ha'o. Pitch, cross for a strike.
Do we have an out yet? 1 out.
1 out, yeah. First batter.
Yeah, if you're Gunnison, this is looking really, really nice for you.
Big opportunity. Here comes Ha'o. 1-0. 0-1, rather. There's a hit up the middle. Is that going to be a base hit? It is going to be a base hit. That'll be 1 RBI and make that 2. And on the throwing error, the runners would advance to second and third. 2 RBIs for Ha'o in the game. That is 4.
So Ha'o just doing what she does best, getting in the box, calmly knocking the ball out. That's her 3rd hit of the game. So she has, every time at bat, she has done some damage.
So that's 2 more earned runs for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. And another hit. That's 3 hits in the inning for Gunnison Valley. They now take a 6-3 lead. Coach Bartlett for the Rams will go out and talk to her players. And what do you think she's saying to the players?
You know, I don't know. I always thought that there was like words of wisdom, you know, encouragement and different things. And then I remember my daughter talking about Coach Randy Hunter going out there and talking to his teams like, hey, ladies, where do you want to go eat lunch after this game? You know, so sometimes
just to calm things down.
So obviously the intent is to calm them down. Hey, we still got a lot of game left. Just do what we do best, and you know, it's 1 hit at a time, 1 play at a time.
I'll bring up the player playing first base, Bentley King, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Runners on second and third, 1 down. Gunnison Valley with a golden opportunity. Here's the pitch, fouled off, strike 1. Over on the other side of the field, still 2-2, and they're in the 5th inning, San Juan and Beaver. That one's very close. Beavers have a runner on first and 1 out. Strike. on this side for King. So 0-2 the count, definitely the pitcher's count. Adams has already 7 strikeouts in the game. Here's the pitch, high ball. Really great placement. That's a tough one if you're a batter with an 0-2 count.
It's hard not to swing at the high ones.
King settles in. Here's the pitch from Adams. King fouls off. Still 1-2.
With a 3-run, deficit for Parowan, only 1 out. It's hard because you have a force out on one. The other 2 runners don't have to go, but they've got to make a play right here to try to get a stop.
Yep, Kiesel on third, Haho on second. There's a hit to the shortstop. No one moves, and that'll be out number 2. That'll bring up Madeline Pratt, 0 for 2 on the afternoon, playing second base.
Batting for Gunnison, number 12, Madeline Pratt.
Pratt steps in. Golden opportunity for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. Pitch in for the strike.
Again, outside corner, low and outside. Nice placement of the ball by Adams.
7th batter of the inning for Gunnison Valley. They lead 6-3. Pitch is low, trying to catch a corner. 1-1.
There's a lot of excitement going on in the other 3 fields as that pitch comes in, and it's a ball. But
so now the Beavers take the lead 3-2. Sorry, I had to go look. 2-1 our count here for Pratt.
It's hard not to get distracted.
It's a little hard. And there's a pitch back, fouled off. 2-2. Two and 2, the count. Runners on second and third, 2 down. Big situation for both Parowan and Gunnison Valley. Pitch is up, fouled off. Batter stays alive. That's not the pitch she wanted.
No, but Pratt doing a really good job battling in the box. Swinging hard at any hittable strikes. So
Gunnison already with 7 hits in the game. 6 for Parowan. Pitch, there's a strikeout. That's strikeout number 8, and a timely one at that.
It is, with runners on second and third. Adams doing a good job to get them out of that inning. Parowan still trails by 3 after 4, so that was very timely, like you said.
So 2 runs on 3 hits. The score 6-3 when we come back on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back, Scott Langford Peppergale. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Parowan down to the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs, 6-3. And coming up to bat will be 7, 8, 9. Williams, Anderson, and Yardley for the Rams. Williams hit a single in her first at bat and is 1 for 1. Fouled off, strike 1. On the other side of the diamond, it's 3 for the Beavers, 2 for the San Juan Broncos. The winners of these 2 games will play right now. Gunnison leading 6-3. I think I'm supposed to say 6-3. 6-2-3. Sounds like an area code. 0-1 the count. That one's hit high. Towering fly ball, but short. The shortstop over and makes the grab.
Nice play by the shortstop. That is Jaquel Sorensen for Gunnison.
So out number 1 for the Parowan Rams. Macy Anderson playing left field is up next. She is 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Batting for Parowan, number 9.
Ball 1, down and in.
Fielder Macy Anderson.
Anderson hit the first pitch in her last at-bat. There's going to be a hit over to second base, and a little bit of a bobble and an error allows a base runner for the Parowan Rams.
That's why it's so important just to run as hard as you can. That could have been an easy out, but she, that little error, that little bobble allows her to get on base.
Well, what happens, you get that slight bobble, and then all of a sudden things start speeding up, and your hands don't work quite the same. So, tough break for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs, and Parowan in business with the runner on first, Yardley.
Parowan, number 1, Taylor Yardley.
Yardley hits very well, and she had a single in her last at bat into left field. Pitch is out and up, ball 1. I almost said strike. Would not be a strike. Playing second base for Parowan, Yardley. 1-0 count. Yardley hits left side out of foul ball. 1-1. She'll sit back in. Here's the pitch, and going to be ball 2.
2 balls and 1 strike.
2-1.
Bottom of the 4th inning.
Pitch is up, and ball 3. So 3-1, hitters count for Taylor Yardley.
Uh-oh, kind of ran out, and Anderson didn't quite get back on first. She just stood there for a second. That was funny.
Here we go, 3-1 pitch. That one's going to be high. That's ball 4. Parowan in business with the first walk of this inning. That puts Anderson at second, Yardley at first. Back to the top of the order with Maddie Adams.
I think it's the first walk of the game for Kiesel.
That is the first walk of the game.
And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Maybe.
We'll see as the coach for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs comes out. And we'll see. It looks like it as changes start to come. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see what it is. Right now, San Juan and Beaver. It's 3 for the Beavers, 2 for the Broncos. The first player on the plate for San Juan. I think Kiesel stays in, is what I think. And it is. What year's Kiesel?
She's a senior.
So Kiesel, a senior. She's going to put her best out there. They do make a change, though, in the outfield. So it's interesting. You look how wide of a gap. And that's what all the teams play. They play, way left and way right with the pitcher manning that whole infield.
Mm-hmm. If you can drop it over second base, that's an ideal hit.
Yes, it is. Big gap in right center. And with a left-handed batter. So Adams up for the Parowan Rams.
Batting for Parowan, the pitcher, number 14, Maddie Adams.
That ball will come in high, ball 1. Adams in the game, 1 for 2 with a single in the first inning. Flew out to right field. Their second at bat. There's the pitch. That one is low and out. Ball 2. I wouldn't say Kiesel struggled because her pitch count isn't big in this game. You can see it's been swinging and not that many pitches.
No, I think she's pitched a very, very solid game.
There's the pitch. Looks good. Strike 1.
Gets it inside. Trying to jam up Adams. She doesn't even take a cut at it.
2-1 count for Adams. Addie, a junior. She'll take that one out into right field. That will be an RBI as the play at the plate will be too late. And they're going to have a chance at Adams, but Adams too quick. She'll get to second base. A single for Maddie Adams.
Nice base running. She ran hard, slid in, gets the RBI, and that's what you need, and that's what you're happy about if you're a Parowan Ram. Great play by the Parowan Lady Rams.
And that moves the runners to second and third. Adams at second and Yardley at third, which brings up Brindley Anderson. She hit a double on her last attempt and is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. All tied at 3, Beaver and San Juan. Shot comes back up, straight up the middle, hits the bag, and an awkward thing. That's going to be a 2-run, 2 RBI single for Brindley Anderson, who goes from a double to a single.
Well, and that ball just hits so hard over second base like we talked about, but then takes a really weird bounce and goes into left field. And all the girls were going towards it, had to change their momentum and go the other way. So great break for the Parowan Rams.
Well, we're all tied at 6, and we're going to see a ha-oh when we come back after this on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments. Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
San Juan pulls ahead of Beaver 4-3, and our new pitcher will be Ha-Ho. Mo we call her. So Mo will step into the circle, and then the situation she comes into is a runner on first, on second.
Up to bat for
and Caitlin Matheson at the plate.
Number 5, Caitlin Matheson. And for Gunnison, Jaquel Sorensen puts on the catching gear to see what she can do behind the plate.
Now, why did I think she was on second?
Who?
Anderson. She's only on first. There we go. Ball 1. On Matheson. Matheson 0 for 2. She flew out to left field in her first at bat, strike out in her second. Matheson, a big hitter for these Rams. Ball outside.
Who threw behind the runner. Can they get her out? They cannot.
Now an error will advance to third base. So Brindley Anderson goes from first to third on an error.
So the go-ahead run for Parowan now on third base. Only one out for Parowan at this point. So Parowan taking advantage of that error.
Yep, we're all tied up at 6. Parowan looking to take the lead. Parowan the 4 seed. Gunnison the 7 seed. Here's the pitch. Going to be fouled off, right side. Matheson 2-1. Matheson looking for the pitch she wants. Matheson with 2 home runs on the season, couple doubles, 24 RBIs. She's got a chance here. Strike, 2-2.
So with that pitching change, it puts Kiesel at short. She replaces Sorensen at short, and Sorensen goes to catch.
Here's your 2-2 pitch from Ha'o, and looks like it's high, ball 3, full count. Just missed. Matheson will step out. Pitch is in, fouled off, right side. No chance for a play. You see a lot going on field number 3. I'll check it out and see what we've got. Here's the pitch. Masson is going to come right back to our position. People scramble to get out of the way. Almost hits the camera. It was a close thing. Jackson's got to make sure those cameras don't get hit. You got to dive, dude. Dive out the window, save the cameras. All right, still a full count. I don't have insurance on those cameras, so I need those to last. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be fouled off again. It's a battle with Ha'o and Matheson. This is a big at-bat.
Gives a new meaning to a costly swing.
Foul ball.
Yeah.
That's true. There's only one down with that runner on third. Matheson, the cleanup hitter. So we're batting 4, 5, 6, these next 3 batters. Pitch comes in, and that's a walk. So Matheson on base. And first walk of the game for a Ha'o, and second in the game.
Number 22, Sadie Jensen.
As you can hear, Jensen in. She's 0 for 2 with 2 fly balls for Jensen. The shortstop for Parowan.
Runners on the corner, your cleanup hitter at bat, 1 out. This is a good situation for Parowan.
We'll see if they send Matheson on the pitch, and she does. Matheson goes, and it's going to be just hold the third place. So runners on second and third. They did get her out at home.
They did.
Yes, they did. So 5-4 Manti over Canyon View. I think it's Manti and Canyon View. Canyon View down. There's a ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
2 balls, no strikes to Jensen. Jensen steps back in. Here's Mo with the pitch. Which is inside. Almost got the hands, yep. 3-0. Here's the payoff pitch. Let's see if it's a swing or a safe take. Here it comes. Pitch is in, and looks like they got the inside corner, strike 1.
Great placement by Ha'o, and heads up play by Kiesel as the ball goes out of the pitching circle, but they're able to hold the runners on third.
Yeah, look, there was an opportunity, but you're right, shortstop with the heads up play. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be down, ball 4. And here comes the play at the plate. Ha'o doesn't cover, and that's going to create another, great job by the catcher.
She threw a bit at it. That was great.
She did. Second walk.
Hey, and Parowan with that pass ball goes up by 1 run here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yep.
Early in the 4th inning.
Yep, Parowan back in the lead on the air. Well, on the pass ball, rather. Yeah. As Sorensen was trying to get that ball, she threw her mitt trying to stop it. There's a ball. Oh, strike. That one hit the corner. Just a later call.
Number 33, Kel Renzello.
So Renzello at the plate. So still runners on second and third. Matheson at third. And there's going to be a hit on the right side. That'll be an RBI and the out at first base.
Now Parowan goes up by 2 runs with a runner in scoring position, 2 outs, and Cecilia Lemke up to bat.
Lemke 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Up to bat for Parowan, number 7, right fielder Cecilia Lemke.
This is after this, they batted around, and it's only 1 down for the Gunnison Bulldogs. Oh, no, 2 down with the last play, sorry. So 2 down. Golden opportunity for Lemke for another RBI. Lemke had a hit in the second inning up the middle. Ball, is that? Pitch, strike. Swung. I think that was probably in the strike zone.
I think you are correct.
Still 4-3, San Juan over Beaver. They are in the 6th inning. Just up, down for Lemke. Ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. The Gunnison Bulldogs has scored 5 in this one.
Parowan, you mean?
I'm sorry, Parowan, you're right. Three balls. So 3-1 the count. Hitter's pitch for Lemke. He steps in. And that one's going to hit Lemke on the foot. That one hurts. Hollow shakes her head. 3rd walk. 4th, rather, of the inning. So that'll bring us back up to Lainey Williams, who started us off with a fly ball to the shortstop.
Up to bat for Parowan, the first baseman, number 8, Lainey Williams.
So it'll take some time and let Lemke walk that off. She looks to be okay. So she'll get the base on balls with a hit pitch. So we're down to 3 earned runs out of the 5. 2 were on error or pass ball. So we'll take our time with Williams. He'll step in now. Hollow steps in the circle. Here comes the pitch.
Sorensen able to hold her at first.
Yeah, Parowan not taking a chance with the base runner, and at least not yet. There's the pitch, and that one's going to be a pass ball. Here comes the play at the plate, and Haho doesn't make it down, and so that will be another run for the Parowan Rams. Sadie Jensen coming across.
The way Williams took is it Williams up to that?
Uh-huh.
She took off. I thought maybe she got hit the ball or going to first base, but she did not. She was just getting out of the way.
Yep, 2-0 the count on Lemke. No, Lemke's on the base path. Sorry. 2-1 now for Williams. Swinging and fouled off. So 2-2 the count for Williams. Got Dennis Andleshell going on in the background.
Her games are a little more.
I want some excitement here.
A little more intense than ours are. Ours is a little more slow-paced.
That's right. 2-2 the count. And swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Gunnison finally gets out of this one, but not before Parowan tacks on 6 runs. So 6 runs on 2 hits is all, 2 errors with 2 left on. So as we head to the top of the 5th inning, the score is
Parowan
9-6. We'll be back on TeamHive.live.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Welcome back. Here we go. Top of the 5th inning. Gunnison now down 9-6. And they're going to have to find some magic here as we've got batter 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Bulldogs. Bartholomew, 1 for 2. She hit a line drive, and she'll get a base on balls as she takes a beanball.
Right square in the helmet.
Adams actually kind of flinched as the ball came out. For sure not intentional. Well, as far as we know. Could be. Shea King, I don't think it was.
I'm with you.
Up to bat for the Gunnison Bulldogs, number 9, Shea King.
That is the fourth walk of the game for the Parowan Rams. Shea King steps up 0 for 2 on the afternoon. King trying to keep the Gunnison Bulldogs alive and move Bartholomew around the base path. There's a beautiful hit on the third baseline and a great throw by the player.
Did you see the stretch for the first baseman, Lainey Williams?
I didn't.
Wow. She was almost in the splits, and the girls who play first base, they've got, I don't know if they do yoga or what, but they have to be limber because they get the stretch on.
Cora Marker up for the Bulldogs, 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
Cora Marker.
Marker will take a shot at it, and that's got a chance to be caught by the third base player, and it is an out.
Caitlin Matheson
Great
goes
play.
over and makes the catch for 2 quick outs. With Maggie Bartholomew on second. We're back to the top of the batting order, Riley Dyring.
Number
Dyring
2, Riley Dyring.
Has walked twice, 1 for 1. She had a single at her last at bat. Strike 1 on Dyring. I didn't give Dyring a hit last inning, so I'm trying to look at my scorebook and see if I missed anything.
Swing and a miss.
Strike 2. Down in the count for Riley Dyring.
Oh, costly errors. That's going to allow the base runner to advance to third.
Yep. So Bartholomew at first. And that'll be an error.
Taylon Yardley just not ready for the throw from Adams. Good thought by Adams as they had the base runner leading off.
Here's the pitch by Adams. That was going to be popped up and should end the inning, and it does. So it's 4 batters, 3 outs, and no runs on no hits with 1 left on. We'll be back after this, 9-6 on Team Hive.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Is it going to be the
Welcome back,
left
Scott
fielder,
Langford,
number 9,
Peppergale. It's the
Macy
Gunnison Bulldogs and the Parowan Rams. Parowan leads 9-6. They're up in the bottom of the 5th. And the winner of this one will play the winner of San Juan and Beaver. That game is 4-4. Beavers with runners on third.
It's a barn burner.
Yeah, 2 outs.
The runner on third.
Beavers in the top of 6. So with 2 outs, they'll need to get a score. So back, second base. First batter will be playing left field is Macy Anderson. 0 for 2. She had a sacrifice and an error to get on in her last attempt. How many strikeouts do we have? I don't see any strikeouts. 1 strikeout in the game.
First ball pitches up and outside, ball 1.
So ball 1 for Anderson. I'll have to catch some other scores here between innings. A lot of action going on.
Well, this is do or die for every one of these teams I'm playing right now.
Yes, it is. Pitch is high, ball 2, 2-0. Uh-oh. Steps back into the circle. That last inning was devastating. The 4 walks really allowed the bulk of the runs that has put Parowan ahead. That one's in for a strike. Caught the top of the edge of the strike zone.
No. It was ball.
I thought he said, oh, really? Okay, 3-0. 4-0. See, you were right. There's a walk. And Gunnison cannot afford any walks at this point. So the leadoff runner on the base path with Taylon Yardley, who is 1 for 1 with a walk in the ball game.
Number 1, Taylon Yardley.
Yardley steps in, fouled off, strike 1. 0-1 the count. So as we end the top of the 6th over on the other field, Beaver and San Juan all tied at 4. Beaver stranded a runner on third base. Ball 1. One and 1 the count. Yardley steps back in. Playing second base for Parowan. Pitch high, and that's going to go off the glove, and that'll allow Anderson to go to second base. So runner in scoring position now, already leading 9-6.
Well, and Gunnison's going to have to score 3 runs at least in the next, if they don't allow a run this inning, just to keep the game going. So Gunnison really cannot afford to let anybody advance unless it's on a hit.
Bottom 5, there's a pitch up, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Or is it 3? We'll see.
I don't know.
All right. I thought it was 2, but I think I saw 3 fingers. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be a strike. It is full count for Yardley. Pitch is in, strike, but then the player is going to have to be thrown out. That will advance the runner to third. So a strikeout for Ha'o.
Nice heads-up play by Jaquel Sorensen behind the plate. But that will advance Macy Anderson to third base as they're at the top of the batting order. Maddie Adams.
2 for 3 on the afternoon. 2 singles.
Back to the top
and
of the
flew
batting
out to
order,
right
number
field.
14, Maddie Adams.
So it looks like we'll have a runner. Yardley holding her right arm. Not sure what happened.
Did they call her safe?
So they must have called runner interference.
On the catcher?
On the catcher.
When she went to go get the ball.
I don't know.
Well, she's not getting off the base. The officials are going to converse and see what the call should be.
So
because there was some interference as Sorensen did go to try to get the ball after the drop third strike.
But who's the interference on? The catcher drops the ball and is going after the ball. Does the base runner have to move out of the way? I guess we're going to see what the case is.
I don't know, but every year we come to state softball, I learn something new. Different situations.
Yeah, with this one, it'll determine who has the right to the space. Does the catcher going after the ball, or does the runner leaving the box? And I think that's what the answer will be. What we find. Parowan coach out talking about it. I still think they've called the player out, Yardley. But we'll see. So Yardley is out. Okay. I wasn't sure. So I guess they wanted runner interference, but as Ha'o went to the ball, 1 out. Runner on third. Adams at the plate. Again, 2 for 3 and strike 1.
Healthy swing at the ball.
Yep. Pitch is going to be hit high. Playable ball in center field. And there it is. And now no play at the plate. That is an RBI for Maddie Adams.
Scoring another run. So now Parowan extends their lead 2-4 as Parowan scores 10 runs and Gunnison at 6.
So sacrifice fly for Maddie Adams.
Now
Scores
batting
Anderson.
number 2, the catcher, Brinley Anderson.
So 1 run on no hits. First one comes in as a ball to Anderson. Anderson 2 for 3. She had a double and a single. She'll step back in, playing catcher. It's inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch is up and ball 3. So hitters count for Brinley Anderson. Will have to come right down for the strike. And that'll be ball 4. So Anderson goes to first base. That brings up Caitlin Matheson in the game. She's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Batting for Parowan at number 5, Caitlin Matheson.
Matheson, a great hitter. Bats .500 on the season.
That ball is high, that ball is deep, and that ball is gone.
Wow.
Takes the home pitch.
It's a home run for San Juan on field 4. That's trouble for the Beaver High School Beavers as San Juan takes the lead.
And go up 5-4 in the bottom of the 6th.
So it's going to be 7-4. And here's a up and make the catch by the catcher. That'll retire the side. Parowan gets one more. They lead 10-6 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in cooperation with KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back. We head to the top of the 6th inning. And the Gunnison Lady Bulldogs, it will be Sorensen, Kiesel, and Ha'o. 2-3-4 for Gunnison Bulldogs. They are down 10-6, and this is going to be critical that the Bulldogs score in this inning. They have 2 more at-bats to get back in this game. Again, 7-4, San Juan over Beaver on the other field. The 2 teams that win will play for the right to play against the loser of the championship game between Enterprise and Duchesne, which starts at 3 o'clock.
So kind of a tall task, as they've got to score at least 4 runs to keep in this game.
Adam steps in, and ball outside and high, 1. Sorensen is 0 for 2 with a walk on the afternoon. Pitch is high, ball 2. Adams has gone the distance. And the question is, if Parowan was able to maintain this lead, can she pitch 3 straight games? That's the challenge of the 1-loss bracket. Here's the pitch. Caught the corner, strike 1.
Well, it's just, one rough inning can be the difference. And Gunnison had a rough inning with a lot of walks, and then Parowan was able to capitalize on that. So could happen in the 7th.
Pitch is up. That's ball 3. 3-1 for Sorensen. Sorensen has scored twice in the game. Pitch is out and down. That's a walk. So a leadoff walk for Jaquel Sorensen and a runner on the base path.
Now batting for Gunnison, number 10, Lexi Kiesel.
5th walk of the game for the Bulldogs, or conversely for the Rams. Kiesel on the afternoon is 2 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. Pitch is hit high to center field, playable, and she'll catch it. The runner goes back. That's one of those, is even if she doesn't catch it, that runner's in toast on first base.
Now you have to tag up, and then you've got to bust it to second base. Like it's just a no-win situation for the runner.
Yep. Mo up to bat now, 2 for 2 with a walk on the afternoon.
For Gunnison, number 6,
both
Bailey
hits straight up the middle. Ha-Oh steps in. Here's the pitch. She'll take one
Wow.
right back up the middle again. That's her third hit up the middle. So another hit for Ha-Oh. A great throw. And the runner's on second and third.
She has got the best. She has been she is 4 for 4 at the plate.
3 for 3 with a walk. 4 for 4. You're right. There's
wow.
no walk there. Yeah. Oh, well done.
So Ha-Oh just doing a fantastic job at bat.
Now bring up Bentley King 0 for 3.
Batting for Gunnison, the first baseman, number 20, Bentley King.
Gunnison with the prime opportunity to get back in this one. Down by 4. And with 2 runners in scoring position, ball 1.
1 out for Parowan.
Bentley King playing first base, gets an outside corner strike. 1-1 the count. Pitch up high, ball. So the Beavers in the top of the 7th have their lead-up runner on base. Lexi Atkin with a hit. Now back here, runners on second and third, 2-1. Fouled off, 2-2 the count to King. Two and 2 the count. There's the pitch, strike 3, caught that outside corner. Caught her looking, that's out number 2.
So Parowan 1 out away from advancing to play the winner of Beaver and San Juan. Parowan has been playing nothing but softball since 10 a.m. this morning, and they want to keep playing.
I think we're in the 6th inning, aren't we?
Oh, we are?
I think so.
Never mind, I got ahead of myself. Sorry about that.
I think so.
You're right.
Okay. I was looking down at my scorebook going, I think we got one more.
Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Here we go. Pitch is low in the dirt. That's ball. 1-1. Pratt steps in. Pratt on the afternoon 0 for 3. A lot of pressure. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Runners on second and third. Gunnison can ill afford to strand these two. Down 4, 10-6. We're in the top of the 6th inning. There's the pitch, and that is strike 3. They get out of the inning. 2 strikes looking for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs score no runs on 1 hit. They're still down 10-6. We come back on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, and in coordination with KSL Sports.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Parowan Rams leading by 4, 10-6. And they have a chance as they've got 4, 5, 6. They could close out with 4 runs. On the other side of the field, it's 2 runners on for the Beaver High School Beavers. No outs. They're down 7-4. We'll keep you posted on that one as well. First up will be Sadie Jensen. Jensen 0 for 2 with a walk this afternoon. Batting 4, 5, 6. Jensen steps in. Here comes Ha-Oh. Pitches in and hit off the handle. Center field right there for the out.
Riley Dyering just easily runs up and under that one. First pitch, first hit, first out.
Renzello now up for the Rams, playing center field. And Renzello is actually 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the game. Nobody on. And there's Renzello, handle hit over to second base. Fly ball, that's out number 2, just like that.
Now batting for the Parowan Rams, number 7, Cecilia Lemke.
Lemke's 1 for 2 with a walk in the game, scored 1 run.
This inning might get over very quickly.
It might. With the pitch, and going to catch not the corner. It's going to be a little outside, ball 1. It looked outside. Pitches right down the middle that time. Strike 1. 1-1 the count.
Down the pipe ski.
Yes, it was.
Some controversy in the Beaver San Juan game.
Like pitch is hit up high ball. It's going to be playable by the center fielder and an out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. They have one more opportunity to get back in this game, down 4-10-6. We'll be back with the top of the 7th on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports in cooperation.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Bartholomew. Welcome back. It'll be Bartholomew leading off for the Gunnison Bulldogs, the right fielder.
Maggie Bartholomew.
0 for 2. 0 for 1 with a walk. And there's a swing, strike 1. You can hear some excitement. The Parowan Rams want to close this out and play either San Juan or Beaver.
Okay, now Gunnison has to score 4.
They do. 3 outs away. Strike 2. So good pitch by Adams. Adams can feel it.
Makes the play, steps on the bag for the force out at third base. That's the first opportunity for the Beavers.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one looks good, and no, a little bit low.
Did not catch her looking.
Yeah. Now on the other side of the field, you've got Beaver 7-4, 2 runners on, but 1 out. Strike.
Ooh, must have tipped it off. Foul ball.
I was going to say, that should be out. Foul ball, 1 and 2. Bartholomew steps in. Here's Adams. And she nails that one. She comes quick out of play on the left side. Count remains 1 and 2.
She turned hard. It went foul.
Yes, she did.
And she's battling. Is it 2-0 still?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 0-2?
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Bartholomew steps back in. Pitch, and that one's going to be a ball 2. 2 and 2 the count. Bartholomew steps back in. A lot more softball coming up here. Outside, ball 3. Adams has got to be tired. She's gone the whole way for the Rams.
I haven't seen anybody else pitch for Parowan as well either.
Looks like Williams is the other pitcher. Foul. Bartholomew continues to battle. Full count here with the leadoff batter. Again, the Bulldogs have to score at least 4 in this inning.
Up to bat, number 9, Shea King.
Now it looks like San Juan is 1 out away from.
No, we're still Bartholomew. Full count.
Oh, jeez. I quit.
And there's a hit deep, high, and playable. Center fielder says, I've got it, and it's out, number 1.
Now we're up to bat.
You called it. Now it's Shea King up to bat. You were just...
Now up to bat is Shea King.
Manti up 7-4 over Canyon View. That would be an upset. Carbon easily defeats Providence Hall. So those two will play next.
And San Juan just defeated
Strike 1.
Beaver to advance to play the winner of this game.
So there you go, and that will do it for the Beavers. So the winner of this will face the San Juan Broncos. That's a strike. So 0-2 for Shea King. So the Parowan Rams are 2 outs away. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1-2. There's the pitch and hit up. It's going to be a pop fly. Shortstop says, I've got it. Jensen does. Out number 2.
You know, and Adams doing a great job with her, you know, making her chase that outside pitch. Just hits off the end of her bat. 2 outs. So excuse me, 1 out away now for the Parowan Rams to advance and, you know, face the San Juan Broncos.
Got to be a 2-4 matchup. There's the pitch and swing and a miss. Strike 1.
At bat, number 19, Cora Marker.
Marker 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Looking to get in the hit category. Pitch going to be fouled off. That's strike 2. 0-2 the count. There's the 0-2 pitch. Can the Parowan Rams close it out? Here it is, and foul ball. Marker stays alive.
You can see Adams, too. She was just throwing it right down the middle.
So the winner of this one faces the San Juan Broncos, likely the Parowan Rams, as they want to get back in and another chance at either Enterprise or Duchesne. Here it is, swing and a miss, and that'll do it. The Parowan Rams defeat the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. We're set in our next game between the San Juan Broncos and the Parowan Rams. So congratulations to Parowan. They take a 10-6 victory over the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs.
Congratulations to the Parowan Rams. They advance to play San Juan at 3 o'clock on Field 4. Congratulations to Gunnison High School on your 2023 softball season.
All right, that'll do it for us as the Parowan Rams defeat the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. A lot more softball coming up on Field 4. It will be the San Juan Broncos and Parowan Rams. And on Field 3 coming up is going to be the Enterprise Wolves and the Eagles of Duchesne in a rematch of last year's championship game. So big thanks to Pepper Gale for Jackson Dahl and all those who make this possible. I'm Scott Langford. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you soon. More softball coming up.